All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Jazz at Lincoln Center, Dizzy's Club, the House of Swing. How's everyone doing this evening? All right, one more time. How's everybody doing this evening? All right, thank you all for coming out. We've got a wonderful band coming to the stage. Before they do, just a few house rules. We ask that you be mindful of your conversations so we all can enjoy this music together. And of course, no flash photos. But when you hear something you like, go ahead and make some noise. And now, with no further ado, please give a very warm welcome to Stefon Harris and Blackout.
It's really awkward being a musician and you walk on and no one's clapping. You gotta keep. That's the best part of the job is that when you show up to work, people clap. Everybody feeling good? Yeah. I'm feeling great. I just ran that marathon, so I'm all warm. We've known each other for many, many years. Some of us have been playing together for 20 years at this point. So we truly are a family. And I got to tell you, being a musician, it involves a lot of sacrifice. You miss some holidays, you miss some birthdays, you miss some soccer games and all those types of important events in our lives. So for us to be willing to do this, we have to find a deeper sense of meaning in the music. And I know I speak for all my brothers on the bandstand when I tell you the reason that we're willing to do this is because we believe in the transformative power of empathy. We look at what's happening in our world right now, and we understand primarily because of technology, we're all being brought closer together. Hundreds of years ago, you could hide in different parts of the world. Right now, we see each other. We're living in the same countries. And for us to move forward in an effective way as a species, we're going to have to learn to see the beauty in each of ourselves so that we can find the magic that lives in between. It's one of the reasons this country is one of the greatest countries in the world, is because of the confluence of diversity of thought and culture. That's where real innovation comes from. Deeply embedded in the DNA of this art form is the science of empathy, the laws of cause and effect. Musicians spend the majority of their time not working on playing these beautiful toys. After all, this is just a bunch of metal and wood. It's pretty, though. It's pretty. We spend most of our time learning to listen and to understand one another so that we can have a strong understanding of the context in which we hope to contribute. And that's a message that we hope that we're continuing to share across the globe as we're traveling, that the secret, the beginning of a solution always lies with being quiet yourself and listening so that you can understand the impact that your words and your notes will have on the world. So I believe in the transformative power of this music. I'm dedicated to the proliferation of empathy through the arts, and I know that none of that would be possible without people like yourselves who come out to support the arts. So before we play another note, we want you to know that we appreciate you. Thank you so much. Now, on the piano, this brother here is originally from Washington, D.C., and I met him, like I said, about 20 years ago, and there's not a brother on the planet who's more soulful than him. His wit, his intelligence, his timing, and his overall soul is unbelievable. He's been a critical part of many of the iconic bands in the past few decades in this art form. He's been a musical director for people like Betty Carter, like Abby Lincoln, the great Roy Hargrove. So I'm honored to be able to travel and grow with this brother, the one and only Marc Carey on the keys. On the bass, also from Washington, D.C. originally. I met him when he was just in 8th grade. It was at a jam session at about 1 o'clock in the morning. That's all right, his mama was there with him. And he sat in and played, and I had never heard the power of music more clearly than in that moment. Here's a young man who was expressing so much emotional depth at 1 o'clock in the morning. And I remember going up to him, I was completely blown away and said, I can't wait till you move to New York so that we can work together. And day one, I called him up, and we've been working together ever since. The one and only Ben Williams. On the alto saxophone, he's originally from Philadelphia. No love. You got no love up in here, right? He's another brilliant human being. One of the things I love most about him is the fact that he has been growing throughout his entire life, and that is no small feat. Many great artists develop something, usually between the ages of about 18 and 25, you sort of develop a gift, and most people sort of ride that out. And there's a handful of artists who are able to continue to have intellectual curiosity and drive. People like Herbie Hancock and John Coltrane, they grew throughout their entire lives. This is a brother who possesses that type of drive, intelligence, just beauty. And I love him so much. He's been a great inspiration in my life. Please help me welcome the great Jaleel Shaw. And on the drums, originally from East St. Louis, these are all my brothers, but he and I, we've always had an incredibly special connection. The first time that we played together was on a gig in Washington, D.C. Something about D.C. I heard it's gonna get better soon. I have no comment, I'm just saying. I remember the first gig playing for about 30 seconds and being incredibly clear that this is a brother that I was going to need in my life forever, right? The connection was absolutely there. Sometimes you think you got to play with someone for many years. We've always had a special connection. And again, when he's on the bandstand, every time, he's always surprising us. You can never get comfortable up here. And I'm so grateful for the fact that he's self-driven, but he also pushes all of us to be the best that we could possibly be. Please help me welcome the great Terreon Gully. And on vibraphone and marimba, I'm originally from Albany, New York. Woo! No love. It's a tough crowd tonight, man. My name is Stefon Harris. So we started off with a composition from our latest CD, which is called Sonic Creed, and that piece was one made famous by the great Art Blakey. It's a piece called Dat Dare. Then we followed up with an original of Marc Carey's that was called Gentle Wind. We're gonna continue with a song. We're gonna continue with whatever that is. We don't follow a set list. Let's see what happens. Thank you so much. I told you, we just go with the flow up here. So that song, the slower song that we play, I don't think we played that in about 15 years. That's a song that I wrote called Lost Ones. The Lost Ones, that's from our first CD as a band, and the album is called Evolution. And the piece we found our way into just now is called Minor March. Who wrote that? By Jackie McLean. That's on our second album, which is called Urbanus. And I think we're gonna play a song. We need to feature the bass a little bit. Is that all right? We're gonna feature him on a composition that we all gonna find out about right now. I don't know what he's gonna play. Let's see what happens. Jaleel Shaw. We're going to slow it down a little bit and play a song in tribute to one of my heroes, the great Bobby Hutcherson. You guys know about Bobby Hutcherson out there? Talk about a true genius. I was that annoying kid who would follow Bobby around to every gig, that whenever he was in New York, I was there in the audience. And I told him, man, you need somebody to carry those mallets for you or help you put that instrument away. And I'm your man if I can just get a little bit of that wisdom. And, you know, the first couple times he was like, yeah, okay, kid. I said, okay, I'm going to be back. I'll be back next time. I showed up again and again and eventually took a liking to me, gave me some lessons, really was an incredible inspiration for me. Eventually, he started to invite me into the studio when he was making records. I got a chance to spend time with his entire family, and I just learned so much about life from this man, and I'm incredibly grateful. When he passed away a couple years ago, it absolutely broke my heart, and I knew that we needed to celebrate his life and the gift that he's left us all. One of the best gifts is the bar that he left, because he said it's so high for all of us. There's no room for ego up here when you have people like Bobby Hutcherson who've come before you. My favorite lesson that I learned from Bobby Hutcherson was always embodied in the way that he would say goodbye to me. He would put his hands on my shoulder and he'd make me look him in the eye, and he'd always say, family first. This is our tribute to Bobby Hutcherson. It's called Now. Okay. I'm a little winded. That's because I ran that marathon, though. So, keeping with the spirit of spontaneity, why don't you give me a couple of notes, and we're going to turn it into a piece of music. So just call out a few musical notes. Beat-o. Call out a musical note. Anyone? Any pitches? B flat. D. Give me another one. B flat, D, F. That's too easy. Give me another one. B flat, D, F. Which one? Middle C. All right, let's see what we got there. Oh, I like the sound of that, actually. Check this out. It sounds like this. B flat, D, F, and middle C. Thank you so much. On behalf of Terreon Gully at the drums. Terreon Gully. Give it up for the great Ben Williams on the bass. The wonderful Marc Carey on the keys. The one and only Jaleel Shaw on the alto saxophone. And on the vibraphone and marimba, it was truly an honor performing for you. Be well. Thank you for the love and support. My name is Stefon Harris. We're Blackout. We're selling CDs over there. Thank you so much.
Let's hear it one more time for Stefon Harris and Blackout. All right, thank you all for joining us. We do have CDs for sale at the bar if you'd like to take some of this music home with you. We thank you again for coming to Jazz at Lincoln Center. Do remember jazz.org is our website for upcoming shows here at Dizzy's, the Rose Theater, and the Appel Room. Hope to see you all very soon. Swing safely. All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to Jazz at Lincoln Center, Dizzy's Club, the House of Swing. How's everyone doing this evening? Awesome. Thank you all for coming out. Got a great band coming to the stage. Before they do, just a few house rules. We ask that you be mindful of your conversations so we all can enjoy this music together. And, of course, please refrain from any flash photos. But when you hear something you like, go ahead and make some noise. And now, with no further ado, please give a very warm welcome to Stefon Harris and Blackout.
Like the best office in the world. I work with pretty little toys here. A bunch of metal and wood. Thank you so much. All right. We so appreciate you being here, celebrating this art form. Bigger than the art form, we are celebrating empathy. We are celebrating the sweet science of listening. Because every time we come to the bandstand, before we play a single note, we understand that it's critically important that we understand what's happening around us first so that we understand the impact that our ideas are going to have on everyone else around us. This is why we believe in the power of this music, because deeply embedded at its core is the science of empathy. When we look at what's happening in the world right now, we sincerely believe that the solution always begins with listening. Always. Always. And it's an amazing thing. I'm so incredibly grateful to have been blessed with the opportunity to participate and grow from being a part of an art form like this. I think I learned a lot about love from playing this music. When you think about what real love is, real love has nothing to do with you. Real love has everything to do with the other person, being able to see someone clearly, not through a filter of your own judgment or what you need, but through a filter of pure acceptance without judgment. That's what happens on the bandstand. Year after year, as I tried to dig deeper and deeper into understanding how to create beauty with my brothers on this bandstand, it became increasingly clear to me that it's not about me, that it's about the ideas. And the ideas are not about any one individual on the bandstand at all. What's special about what happens in our world, in this country, and on this bandstand is that you have people who come together who are completely different. We all have totally different backgrounds. I've had bands where we had Muslim, we had an atheist, a Christian, all in the same band, and we allowed everybody the type of space that they need to authentically express their truth, and we began to quickly realize that there was real beauty that lived in between that diversity of culture and thought. That's why we believe in this art form, and we really sincerely want to thank all of you for coming out to support this art form and believing in what it is that we do. Thank you so much. And the other thing, it was nice to be at a jazz club and see some people nodding their heads. Yeah, you out there moving. You were moving. That's all right. That last song that you heard is a song that I wrote for my two beautiful boys, Langston and Ellison. No pressure, no pressure. I always tell people I'm named after the milkman, so it's easy for me. Their middle names are Chase and Kendall, so that piece is called Chasing Kendall. And that's on our latest CD, which was #1 in jazz radio for 10 weeks in a row because of that piece of music. In the top 10 for 18 weeks straight. We started off with a piece written by the great Duke Ellington. That funky, soulful piece of music was written by Duke Ellington. It sounded like it was written yesterday. That shows you how much of a genius he was. That was a piece called Thanks for the Beautiful Land on the Delta. On the alto saxophone, he's originally from Philadelphia, and I can tell you, you are hearing a creative original. There's no one else in the world that sounds like this, and that is such a major accomplishment in art, to really be able to work hard, to develop and have the courage to articulate your own voice. So I admire him greatly, the great Jaleel Shaw. On the drums, he's originally from East St. Louis. Yeah. The first time I announced him, I said he was from St. Louis, and that's when I realized he had a gun. Apparently, there's a difference. No, this is my brother. This is one of my best friends in the world, and I always say it's funny because we're both introverts. Doesn't seem like it on stage, but we're both pretty high introverts. And it's interesting because we can go for a year not talking on the phone, and we see each other, and it's like, how you doing? Good, man. You good? Cool. And it's all love. I'm so grateful to have him in my life. My one and only brother, Terreon Gully. On the bass, he's originally from Washington, D.C., and you are hearing one of the greatest musicians in all the world. He has a new album coming out that is going to be absolutely transformative. It's coming out in February. The album's called I Am a Man. Amen. And he has a single coming out in about 2 weeks that's called If You Hear Me. Look out for this. It's an incredible piece of art. I've had a chance to check it out many times. Please help me welcome the great Ben Williams on the bass. On the piano, he's just a sensitive brother, just beautiful, man. I love this brother. He's one of my dear friends, and one of the most important compliments for me in life, right? He challenges me in ways that I would never be able to challenge myself, and I'm so grateful to him. He is so incredibly soulful, kind, generous, as you hear in all the music that he's making. Please help me welcome Marc Carey. And on vibraphone and marimba, my name is Stefon Harris. This next composition that we're gonna play is in tribute to my hero, the great Bobby Hutcherson. You guys know Bobby Hutcherson out there? I was blessed to spend a bunch of time with Bobby, and I tried to learn as much as I possibly could. He was so incredibly generous. When he passed away, it broke my heart, and we decided to pay tribute to him by recording one of his pieces. My favorite lesson that I got from Bobby was always embodied in the way that he would say goodbye to me. He would always put his hands on my shoulder and tell me to look him in the eye, and he'd always say, family first. So this is from my hero, the great Bobby Hutcherson. This is called Now. Thank you so much. Bobby, I wish you all heroes. It's really transformative to have someone like that visit you. In the spirit of spontaneity, what instrument do you want to hear? We'll just make something up. What instrument do you want to hear? The bass? This is a very democratic crowd. I'm gonna count to 3, and whoever yells their instrument the loudest, that's who's gonna start. 1, 2, 3. Sax. All right. He's like, see what Ben Williams on the bass. Marc Carey on the keys. That was a composition written by Marc Carey called The Afterthought. I think we got time for one more. What do you think? What do you think? Sunday night. The Afterthought was on our second CD, which is called Urbanus. A lot of the music that we're playing tonight is on our current CD, which is called Sonic Creed. And we have a few copies left over there at the bar if you want to pick up the music, if you're enjoying it. We encourage you to do that. We also encourage you to pick up the music if you're not enjoying it. And give it to somebody you don't enjoy. We really don't mind. So we're going to conclude this set by, again, paying tribute to another one of our heroes. All the music that's on this new album is there because of direct life experiences that we've had. This is not just about reflections on the past. It's music about our wives, our children, and about our heroes. This last composition is one we want to dedicate to someone who showed us a lot of love when we first got started as a band. We would travel out to Los Angeles, and we played at this great jazz club out there called the Jazz Bakery. Oh, you know the Jazz Bakery out there. So we were on stage one night when we first started touring out there as a band, and I look over to the right, and there's somebody sitting over there, and I'm like, I think that's Horace Silver. Can't be. So I go over to Mark as he's playing. I'm like, man, look over there. I think that's Horace Silver. So he looks back. He's like, yep, I think so. I was like, there can't be that many pretty brothers in L.A., you know what I mean? It's a pretty man. Anyway, when we got off the stage, we ran over to him and just thanked him for being there and for showing us support and we got the chance to hang out with him a bunch of times. And he was always incredibly encouraging to us because he talked to us about the idea of continuing to do what we do in the way that we do it. I think he was sort of emphasizing the point that jazz is always about the here and now. It's not about what happened 100 years ago. It's important to know our history, but this music is valuable because it's relevant to what's happening in our world right now. And then the amazing thing is almost every time we went out to Los Angeles to play, Horace Silver came back out to support us. So what a great compliment, and we're forever grateful. So we decided to record one of his classic pieces of music on our new CD, but we did it in a way that he would be proud of. We put a little Blackout spin on it. So this is Horace Silver's Cape Verdean Blues. on behalf of Marc Carey on the piano, Ben Williams on the bass, Jaleel Shaw on the alto saxophone, the wonderful Terreon Gully on the drums. Tank! It was truly an honor performing for you. We want to thank everyone here at Dizzy's. It's been an amazing run. We love you, and we so sincerely appreciate your support. Till the next time, spread love out here, y'all. I'm Stefon Harris. Thank you.
Let's hear it one more time for Stefon Harris and Blackout. Thank you again for coming out. There are CDs for sale at the bar if you'd like to take some of this music home with you. And do remember to follow us at jazz.org on social media, and jazz.org is our website for upcoming shows here at Dizzy's, the Rose Theater, and the Appel Room. Thank you again for joining us. Hope to see you all very soon. Swing safely.